The beauty of this heirloom recipe project is that I'm getting to hear the most amazing stories and meeting the bakers behind the stories. I live in Connecticut, United States, and Zoe lives in Southeast London, and she told me the story of this incredibly simple, beautiful, and elegant, yet rustic, pistachio cookie. It immediately reminded of a cookie I saw on the Martha Stewart show many years ago with Patrick Lembley, the head pastry chef at the Four Seasons in New York. The simplicity is what makes it so elegant, and the original was made with almond paste, which is commercially made and very smooth, so it had a very smooth texture. This recipe requires almond flour, which I made from scratch. Commercially made almond flour is much finer, and that you chop the pistachios after a light roasting into a fine and a rough dice. The Four Seasons version only used 13% sugar, and it was 10x, which has cornstarch in it. This version of castor sugar is at 41%, so that's a big difference. Zoe's intention was to create an heirloom Christmas recipe, but extraordinary recipes are outliers in their nature, and it takes a long time and effort to develop a recipe that's extraordinary. And if the feedback is we'd rather have something more ordinary, then sometimes these recipes get tossed aside, unfortunately. But how extraordinary is it that this recipe came to me and that I am able to make some connections and work with it in a way that's going to give it new life? And I hope Zoe picks this up and she can email me and we can toss back and forth some ideas about ratios and about methods. But I feel that the very best treatment of this was very similar to the original almond macaroon that I did. It's to dredge the cookie in egg white and then in powdered sugar and let it rest for 30 minutes. Give it a very specific pinch and then bake it. The inside where it's still fat stays very tender and chewy, while the top becomes more chewy and drier. So within the one cookie, there are more than one textures. And also, it's very pretty. And pistachio in and of itself is absolutely gorgeous. So I think I might refine some of the nuts. I might lower the sugar and maybe try it with some 10x. But Zoe, thank you so much for giving me this, because it proves that baking over time is about connections, about love, and about sharing. Thank you so much.